Hi, I'm Jeff with Chandler Systems, and today I'm going to walk you through a startup procedure for one of our standard 2-tank softeners. I'm going to start by plugging it in. The power supply just plugs into the port here labeled P for power. Now, the only programming that you need to do on initial startup is setting the time of day and setting the hardness. So there's two different ways you can do this. If you want to push the buttons, you can just press the menu button and the time will flash. And you can change the time by pressing the set change button. You have to change one digit at a time. So the digit on the far right will start flashing. That's the digit that'll change when you press set change. Pressing the menu button will move you to the left to change the next digit. So just set the time like that. When you get it set, press menu, the whole thing will flash. If you need to go back in and edit it, you can press set change or press menu to go to the next step. You'll see an A or a P for AM or PM. This can be changed between A and P by pressing the set change button. Then just press menu, and next you'll see the hardness. Now the default setting is going to be 25. You want to set this to whatever your hardness actually is. If you don't know what your hardness is, leave it at 25 until you can get a water test done to find out what it should be set to. Then pressing menu again will take you back to the main menu. Now you can also do this using the Legacy View app. If you're doing it that way, you just open the app, click on metered softener, and you can set the time of day by pressing set time of day on unit, clicking OK, and you can set the hardness by clicking set hardness. So either way will accomplish that. Once you get the time and the hardness set, let's go ahead and start it up. I'm assuming you've got everything plumbed in. So inlet, outlet, drain line connection are all run. First thing you want to do is probably to just open up your main. So if your main line is shut off, go ahead and open it up and then open a cold tap downstream to let water run through your pipes. Now I've got the system in bypass right now, but just get the air out of your lines. Any debris in your pipes, if you've done a soldering or anything, will get cleared out at that point. You want to just open a cold tap downstream closest to the softener. If there's a laundry sink or something like that without an aerator on it, that would be best. Once you've got your lines pressurized, you can go ahead and open up the inlet and outlet connections on our bypass. This is going to bring the system to pressure. Check for leaks at this time. So look at your inlet and outlet connections and to the bypass valve and to the valve body. Make sure nothing's leaking. Assuming that there's no leaks, go ahead and put it back into bypass by turning the outlet and inlet valves. Now we're going to cycle it into a regeneration. Now you can do this by pressing and holding the set change button or by just pressing regenerate now in the Legacy View app. So with the unit in bypass, I'm going to cycle it to backwash, and it's going to go to step 1. Once you see a 110 on the display, let's go ahead and open the inlet valve partially. Just open it about halfway, and we want to make sure all the air gets purged out of the tank and wait for there to be a steady flow of water. Once there's a steady flow of water, open the inlet all the way up and then open the outlet. We want to stay in this step for about 2 minutes, so it'll count down the minutes. After it's been a couple minutes, assuming that the water is running clear, we can go to the next step. So the next step is brine draw or brine rinse. This step is 60 minutes. We don't need to stay in that step for the full 60 minutes. At this point, you should see water getting drawn out of the brine tank. If you've put water into the brine tank beforehand, if not, this would be a good time to add 5 gallons of water to the brine tank and just verify that it is drawing during that time. You want to see water going up through that tube. As long as it's drawing, we can move it to the next step. Step 3 is rapid rinse, and we just want to stay in rapid rinse for a couple of minutes. Make sure that the water is flowing clear out the drain line. If there's any color in the water, just let it run for a little bit longer. But once you've got a steady flow of water and it's looking clear, you can go ahead and move it to the final step. And step 4 is brine fill. This is where it's going to put water back into the brine tank. So if there's no water in your brine tank, just let it go all the way through step 4 and it'll return back to service on its own. If there's already a few gallons of water in your brine tank, you can just move it back home. And once it returns to service, it's ready to go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to see more content like this, just drop a comment below and let us know what you'd like to see. Thanks.